thanks for joining my channel, Sponge and Stamp with Tina. I'm Tina Carini and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Byron, Georgia. So today's video is all about paper pumpkin alternatives, and I have 5 cards to share with you tonight. So let's go ahead and flip down to the desktop. Here we are. And I have the first one that I want to show you, but first let me tell you, this is from the Delicate Wings, April 2000. Oh, I thought Alexa was going to speak there for a minute. So sorry. This is Delicate Wings Paper Pumpkin April 2024 kit. And the cards that was intended to be created in this kit are absolutely gorgeous. So I posted a video, I did a live video actually on Facebook on Thursday evening, and I posted it late Thursday night. So in that video, you'll see everything that came in the kit, and you'll also see the 3 cards that we created. So it creates 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Is that right? Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's right. 3 each of 3 cards, 3 designs. So let me go ahead. All this math, it's late. I'm tired. But anyway, when am I not tired anymore these days? So let's go ahead. I've got a new in color that's coming in. You can get this May 1st. So this is Basic Beige. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I think that this is probably one of my favorite neutrals. So we're just going to fold that in half. I am going to bring over my bone folder here. Hopefully I folded that in half straight. Those who follow me on a regular basis know I don't cut straight, I don't fold straight, and I don't stamp straight either. But anyway, so what I did was, I don't have any more of these. I've cut them all up. This was a card base. It was double-sided. So I cut it in half at the score line, which gave me 4 1/4 inches. And then I turned it this way into my paper trimmer, and I cut it down to 2 1/2 inches, which gave me this piece right here. This piece is going to go down to the bottom, all the way down like that. But before we do that, I got some stamping to do over here. So I'm going to bring in, hopefully I will, if I know where they're at, they're right here. Because I was going to do another card first, and I already had it all blocked up, ready to go. But this is the one that I grabbed first. So this is the one we're going to do. I'm going to bring in my Basic Gray, because in the kit is Basic Gray ink spot right here. But I always save those and give those away in my classes and stuff like that. So I am going to bring in just a piece of scrap paper here. I have got such a mess to where I was creating, and I really didn't want to stop doing it once I got started, because it's just so much fun. It was hard to get started because I loved the cards just the way they were. So all I'm doing is I'm inking up, and I'm stamping off. And this splatter stamp comes in the stamp set that is included in your kit. I'm turning my card around just so that my splatters don't look like they're uniformed, if you know what I mean. And we're just kind of going around in different areas just to ink up. I want to come off my cardstock as well. So, and this thing is getting really inky, but that's okay. And then I'm going to turn this. I probably should just turn my card. It would be a whole lot easier. Some of these are darker than what I wanted them to be, but that is all right. So this is going to come down far enough to where the piece of designer series paper that we created will cover it. So I think we're good. So I am just going to put one more splatter right here, just like so. So there, so we've got that done. Now we're ready to move to the next step, which is stamping. So I think this, oh, she is going to talk. Okay, so we're going to stamp this sentiment, which comes in your stamp set as well. It says, surrounding you with love is what this says. So we're going to ink that up in the basic gray as well. And I'm just kind of laying my paper where I think I want it or where I want it, just so that it gives me an idea of where I want to stamp. And I'm going to stamp this right here and hope that I stamp that straight tonight. Not too bad. And there we go. So now we are going to go ahead and adhere this down. I'm just going to use my liquid glue. The kits do come with adhesives, so you don't need to purchase any extra adhesives for it. But I like to use what I have, my favorites, so I use them. And sometimes I will bring in my paper pumpkin adhesives for my class. Sometimes I do that. I'm going to slide this down just to be even. There we go. So there's that part there. So really all that's left now is we're going to take this butterfly, which comes in the kit with all those die cuts in there, and we're going to put a dimensional on the back side of this. So this card will make what, 12 cards. So you get 4 of these pieces out of each card base, and there's 3 card bases, so that would be 12 if my math is correct. And then we're just going to put that right there. So if you wanted to do this, you could get 12 from just those card bases alone. Now the butterflies, you're not going to get 12 butterflies, but that's where the stamp that comes in it comes in handy. And if you got the add-on, then you have these, well, maybe right here, you have the butterfly that cuts this stamp out, and then you can put that on there. So if you have your gold embossing folder or gold embossing powder, or you could use other colors, you could use black, whatever you chose to use, you could do that. And with the gray, you could even use a pop of color and it would be just as pretty. So that's that. And then with the basic gray card base, you don't need to line this with anything because it's perfectly fine to write your sentiment or stamp an extra sentiment. You can stamp it. As a matter of fact, let's do that. We'll use the butterfly. And I'm just going to stamp a little butterfly right here in the bottom corner. And there we go. So this card is all ready to go. Now, the next one that we're doing, this one is going to be a little bit different. This one we are going to use, let me put this up because a disaster will definitely happen with that. We're going to bring in a brand new color as well. This is Pretty in Pink, which if you've been around for a while with Stampin' Up, you know that it's not exactly brand new. It was in a long time ago, but they brought it back, and I am very happy that they did because I absolutely love this color, and I wasn't around Stampin' Up when this color was in before, but it's beautiful. I think it is my favorite pink. My favorite pink was Flirty Flamingo, but now I really like this. Don't get me wrong, I still love Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to fold this in half, so it's always easier for me. Don't ask me why, but we're just going to do it just like that. Come down, and there we go. I see girls all the time that just fold it right over and it's perfectly straight. Not me. I can't do that. All right, so there's our card base. And then what we did here, so here is another card base right here. So I don't know if you can see that score line. See if you can't. Oh, you can probably barely see the score line. So this is a card base that came in the kit. And I just cut it in half again at the score line. And then I trimmed it down to 4 5 1/4. So that's going to go right here. That's going to be my layer. And we're going to go ahead and adhere that down. Well, first, and then there's also gold foil that comes in the kit. And if you cut little strips of it, you can get a bunch of those to add to any card that you want to do. That is going to go across here. So that is cut at 1/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. I'm sorry, by 4. 1/4 of an inch by 4. And that's just going to go right across the center of this too. All right. But before we adhere that down, I'm going to show you something that I absolutely love. I didn't realize that it did this until I thought it was going to cut out a littler butterfly that had detailed on it. But this is what it does. Okay, so we are going to put that. I meant to go ahead and get one of these other ones. So let's put this aside. I didn't do it ahead of time just to save on time here. But I'm going to take this piece of scrap basic white. And did I put away? No, I did not. Here it is. I've cleaned off my butterfly. So I'm going to ink that up in the pretty pink. I'm going to stamp that down. Okay, just like so. Then I'm going to cut this out. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bring over my cut and emboss machine. I don't normally do it because it shakes the table and all of that, but because we have a little bit of cutting to do, and I don't want to scar this up either, but we do have a little bit of cutting to do. So I'm going to go ahead, and my plates are in horrible shape, but I do have new ones on the way. So these are so warped and so cut up, but hey, they still work, so they get me through. All right, so we're going to put our butterfly right in there. We're going to line that up the best that we can. And I'm going to take some of my Post-it tape, which I absolutely love. It's one of my new favorites to hold dies in place. And we're just going to stick that right on there. You could stick that in there too and do it at the same time, but for me it's just a little bit easier if I do it one at a time. So that's what I do. But if it's easier for you to do it the other way, to do it both at the same time, then by all means, do you. Okay, so now we have this is cut out. Now let me show you the trick. That's not really a trick, but the cool thing is we're going to center this on here on the butterfly the best that we can. I am going to hold this. I'm going to go ahead and adhere, not adhere, but stick my little sticky thing down, my Post-it tape. And then I'm going to run this through. This is so cool. So it doesn't cut another butterfly, but what it does is it does this. Let me get this. Look at this. So it does that. Isn't that so cool? So we're going to use that. Oops, I just bumped my mic. I'm going to kind of place this kind of sort of in the middle where I think I want it to go. And then I'm going to place this one right here. I think that's where I want it to go, right there and right there. And if I mess up, I have a sample that's done. So you get to see what it's supposed to look like if I mess up. All right, I'm okay. I think this is going to be good. All right, so we're going to put that there. And then we're going to run that through. Take this tape off, and this tape is reusable, so that's really cool that it does that. And then you just want to carefully lift this off of here like that. And then look what it does. So it does that. Is that not the coolest? Okay, so, And then my big butterfly is going to go here. And I'm going to stick this one, I think, right there. I'm going to turn it like this so I can kind of see what I'm doing. It may not be exactly straight because, you know, tutorials, they're not perfect, right? Or at least mine aren't, because you're just doing it on the fly, basically. And trying to do things and film things at weird angles, and it's kind of, sometimes it can just be a little bit tricky. I really admire the demonstrators who can make it look flawless. So I'm going to take this off, and we're going to carefully watch this one not come out. All right, so I'm going to poke it. I don't know where my little brush is, but we're going to poke this. Hopefully we can get this out. This is the first time this has happened. It normally pops right off. But this time it's not wanting to come off for me. There we go. It's just going to be a little stubborn. There. All right. So I think I can move this Stampin' Cut girl out of the way here. So let me get her out of the way. And let's come back over here. All right, so there we go. So we got this so far. So we're going to pop these up a little. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. I'm going to glue it flat. You could use dimensionals if you'd like to, but I'm just going to glue this flat. All right. Make sure the card's opening up the right way. Have you ever done that? Put your card on the wrong way? Your card front. Yeah, lots of times I've done that. Okay. So there we go. That is glued down. Now we're going to take this guy here. Nope, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. We are going to glue our little champagne foil across here, but I'm going to see this butterfly could have gone up a little bit more, but we're good. I think we can make this work. I'm going to come down so it won't be quite centered, but it's going to be all right. It's going to come like that. All right, I hope this is going to work. Like I said, if I messed up and didn't put them where I was supposed to put them, then I've got a sample to show you, and you get the idea of how to do it, right? I hope. Oh, okay. So this is going to come just like that, I think. And this is going to come here like that. All right, and then I have this piece right here, which I cut out. I just used an extra strip of basic white paper that I had, cut it down to whatever this, I just guessed really, because I knew what sentiment I wanted to use on it, and I wanted to use the sentiment that said friend. Now, friend is not in the stamp set that comes in this kit. I brought in Unbounded Love because there are so many cool little stamps, they're stamps, but sentiments in here that are for the outside and the inside. So I really wanted something little and delicate for this card. So I chose to do friend on here. We're going to use the basic gray again. And I'm just going to ink that up. Ooh, almost dropped it. Try to stamp that straight. Oh, tricky. Okay, there we go. It's kind of fudged up a little. So I'm going to flip that over because that is so awesome that you have double sides to do that. And I'm going to bring in this because I think I might have just got a little too much ink on there. Ooh. We're messing up bad. There we go. All right. So I'm going to try to do this again and get it right, but I'm going to stamp it the right way. I'm going to bring it over as far left as I can. Just like that. There we go. All right. And when I took the strip, I just kind of guessed where the center is, eyeballed it. It's not perfect, and you can see that it's not exactly perfect, but unless somebody's looking really, really hard, I don't believe that they'll notice that. So I'm just going to stick that on the end of this. I'm going to trim it a little bit because I don't want it to stick out on the other side. So that's going to go just like that, but far enough to where the D shows. And it also has to come because it's going to go, oh, it needs to be trimmed a little more because it's got to go. The butterfly, see, this is the tricky part. This is the tricky part. Okay, so, or at least for me. So we're going to flip those up, but this has got to come like that. Maybe I shouldn't have. No, I've got plenty of room. Trim that because I want this. Oh, that's why. That has to come over. This has to go here, and then this is going to come under there just like that, but I kind of wanted it to be like that. All right, so we're going to play. I'm going to stick a little bit of glue on here. This is kind of tricky. Now, in my original card, I had it where it was like that. I just stuck my finger right in that glue where it was like that. But I'm wondering if I should bring it down just a little bit, like so. And then bring this butterfly. Let's bring this over so that we can do the butterfly like that. We're going to hold that in place. And then I'm going to stick a dimensional on there. Like so. So when you're looking at it like this, it looks like it's like that. But when you put it on here, it's pretty straight, just like so. But what I don't like is this piece right here. It's kind of sticking out a little bit. So I am going to trim that right off. All right, we're going to take the back off. And then we're just going to stick this right about here. Just like that. So isn't that pretty so far? Look at that. So pretty. All right, now we're going to add a little something to it. And I, for the life of me, don't know. And I forgot to look in the catalog before I did this video. But I wanted to find out what these colors are. I could guess, but I'm probably going to be wrong. But these are new embellishments that will be in the new catalog. They are called the Adhesive Back Pearl Trio. So aren't these absolutely gorgeous? I can tell you right now that on camera, they are not as pretty as in person, as they are in person, and they're not near as pretty in the catalog as they are in person. And I think that that's probably true with most of them, including the paper, designer series paper. It's like just, there's something about seeing them. I'm fluffing my wings up a little bit here. There's something about seeing those, just seeing them in person. I'm going to take this one. This one, it could be Moody Mauve. It could be one of the purples. It could be, I don't know. This might be Peach Pie, but it could be Calypso Coral. I have no idea, but I'm going to use this color right here because I think that this color looked absolutely beautiful with this pink, with Pretty in Pink. There we go. So we're going to put one of these. I'm not using my putty side because it's out and I can't get putty right now. So I am going to use the the poker side. All right, there we go. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to stick a dimensional underneath on this side too, so that it's not poking up so high. And then I'm going to bring in the other card that we did that I think it looks just like this one, except for the placement of the sentiment. Oops. There we go. I didn't. I didn't take the back off of that. Let me tell you. I don't know what it is when that recording starts recording. Tina messes up. All right, so there we go. So there's that one and there's that one. See how that one comes a little higher up there, and then this one comes a little lower down. So isn't that pretty? I just love that. Okay, and again, you don't have to put a white layer in there. This is light enough to where you can just stamp, sign it, stamp a sentiment, decorate it any way that you'd like. You could take the extra strips from this, which I meant to do, and put it in the inside. I probably, me personally, would still put a white base inside here, but that is that one. So that's 2 down. Now we have 3 more. So this is one right here that we did. This one, and here's the envelopes. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, so beautiful. Okay, this is the one that I did. Okay, so we're gonna do, I showed you real quick because I didn't really want to show you it until it was done. All right, so again, we have the basic beige card base. It's folded in half, and I took my bone folder and I gave it a nice crispness to it. Okay, then this piece right here again was one of the card bases. So you had the gray and you had the oh goodness, Lost Lagoon card base, and this is supposed to be champagne foil. And what I did again is I cut it in half, and then that gave me 2 bases, and then I did, or 2 layers, and then I cut it again. What did I cut this at? I think I cut this at 1 3/4, I think is what I did. No, 2 1/4. 2 1/4. This is cut at 2 1/4. And then we're going to go ahead, before we do that, I brought in some brand new ribbon. This is the white, petal pink and white 1/4 inch diagonal trim combo. So you get the white and the petal pink. So right here, my ribbon drawer is a mess. Nope, that's the new in color pink right here. Why won't that come out? So right here. So those are that's what I used, is the petal pink. Okay, so we're gonna take this piece right here and we're gonna go right across the middle of this. You could, if you wanted to, which is what I did on my original card, but I didn't like the bulkiness of the knot in the center. So what I did was I wrapped it all the way around and tied a little knot, but this one I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to wrap this around, and I'm just going to tuck it behind here is what I'm going to do. So we're just going to try to center this the best that I can. All right, just like so, and just like that. Well, goodness gracious, everything is sticking. All right, well, that's what it's supposed to do, right? It's supposed to stick. Okay, so then I'm going to take my glue, because I think, nope, I forgot another step. I've got another piece of foil here, and I cut this down to a little, I think it's 1/4 1/16 is what I cut this to, so that I would have a little bit of glue space on there to stick this on there. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to take our tape runner again. I'm just going to run this down about that much. I think that's probably going to be okay. I'm going to lay that down so that I can kind of see about where I want this to go. I want this in the center, just like that. I want this to come out just a little more. And I want this one to come out just a little more on that side. And now we're ready to glue down. So I'm going to glue this down. And I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of my cardstock. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border there, just like that. Now, I should have did my stamping first, and I did not. So you guys do your stamping first, because if I mess up, I've trashed this whole thing. So do your stamping first. I'm going to take these splatters off of here. I'm going to put back Hope on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to stamp this using Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to stamp Faith, Hope, and Love right on the front of this card. And again, these are from the Unbounded Love. I am going to do Hope first. I'm going to stamp it in the middle. That way I can kind of gauge. It's easier for me to do it that way. I can kind of sort of gauge where I want my top and my bottom. In my original card, I stamped them straight across, but I'm going to turn this just a little bit and make it go upwards. So just like that. Then I've got Faith. So we're going to do Faith. I'm going to do the same thing, just up a little bit like that. And then this one, I didn't get a lot of ink on that, but we're going to roll with it. And this one is going to go right here, Love. So we've got Faith, Hope, and Love. Now what I'm going to do, in my original one, I used a smaller butterfly that came in the kit, but because you only get so many of those, I didn't get that straight. You're going to run out. So again, you could stamp your own butterflies and cut them out using your die, so you could make them any colors that you wanted to. Or I really think that one is going to be just too big. So we're going to, do I have another one of those? I really wanted to use that. I haven't used that one butterfly except for on the original card. I was hoping that maybe I did have another one of those butterflies, but I might have used them all. I probably did. I did. I used them all because I'm pretty sure you only get 3, and I've used 3 of them. So we're going to have to do something different, because if I use this, it's going to, it really bugs me. That ribbon is crooked as all crooked can be. I'm going to move that over. There we go. All right, so I could use that, but it's going to come off the card. I could do it that way, but then it covers a lot of the foil. I don't know. It just comes over to put it. So it's just too big. All right, so I do have a black one, but I don't like that either. So why don't we stamp a Lost Lagoon on basic beige and see how we like that. So I have a piece here. I know I have another scrap somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I am so glad that I bought 2 packs of this basic beige, because it is, and I forgot to clean this stamp off, so that's going to be like a gray black. Let's see here. I'm okay with that. All right, so it looks the same. So I guess it's okay. So we're going to take this. I'm going to run this over again and trim this really fast. I do apologize because I really did want all of this fussy stuff done so that these videos could go a little faster because, like I said, there's 5 cards that we're going to do. And we're already at 35 minutes. Okay, so I am going to just... I need the cutting plate. Okay, we are going to do this. I feel like I'm doing a live and not a pre-recorded video. Here we go. Got that. That's what I get. All right, so I did that. There we go. We're going to use that one. It's not exactly what I wanted and what I had in mind, but it's just as pretty, I think. And we're going to pop that up too using a dimensional. Oops. Right there. We're going to pull that backing off. I'm also going to take a glue dot and stick in the center of that ribbon just to kind of hold that ribbon in place. So I'm going to slide that right up underneath there, just like that. And then where's this? Here it is. And then we're going to do this. So if you have your gold embossing powders, you can so do that and it would be so pretty. So there we go. So now that's that card. Now let me bring in the one that I did right here. So see how the gold is so pretty, or the champagne is so pretty on that. So if you do have your gold or champagne embossing powders, use that. It's going to be a lot prettier. Or that's my opinion, but this is beautiful too. If you don't, you can just stamp that. All right, so let me show you what I did in the inside of this. So in the stamp set, Unbounded Love, you have, and yeah, I layered it because I messed up underneath. You have the sentiments that go along with the wording. So you have hope is believing in a brighter tomorrow. And then you have faith is being sure of what we cannot see, and love never gives up. So I did that like that. And see, this is the one where I tied it all the way around and put a knot, but I just didn't like the knot with the butterfly. Just, it doesn't sit right. But anyway, so you have room to write whatever you want to write over here too in this card. So I hope that you really do like this. I thought this was so pretty, and you can make a whole lot of those, especially if you stamp and die cut your own butterflies and using this piece, because you're going to get, you might get 3. No, you're going to get the same amount probably, but still. And then let's see. The next one we're going to do, you guys hang with me because these two are really pretty. I don't have samples for these, but these should go. I'm going to show you how I did this. This, I used an envelope. I hate cutting up these pretty envelopes, but you can use them and they make more cards, and then you can just get your pack of envelopes. All right, so we're going to trim this down right where the fold line is. Hopefully my eyes are right, and that's right where I want it to be. So I am going to just trim this right like so. And we're going to trim this again where, because this is at an angle, so we're going to bring that over to where it trims to right there at the edge, like so. So it gives us that. I'm going to flip this over so I can get that flat edge again. We're going to bring this over just a little bit, and just like so. And then we're going to trim off the curvature on there. So I'm going to, somehow or another, I don't think I cut that straight, but we're going to find out. It would not surprise me if I did not. So there we go. We've got that. And then I'm just going to toss those, but you may want to keep them and use them in a card. We've got our card base too here. So now this, because we can use this for layers, I'm going to trim this. Where am I going to trim? I'm just going to trim this just like a hair on each side, like so that it opens up. So we're going to do the same thing to this side. We're going to trim this just a hair, and it opens up. So now we have two pieces here that we can use on a card. I'm going to cut this right there, like so. And then what I'm going to do is these flaps, they open part way. So I don't have to, I can come like just like maybe 1/4 of an inch to the, before the edge of that, like so. And then this should just come right off of there like that. So, and I'm going to do the same thing to this. I'm going to flip this around. And right about there. Just like that. And if I, yep, got it. And then we're going to cut off this curvature here. So just like that. Now I've got my inside piece to my card, because this I'm going to use on the inside. This is our layering, which I've already got a piece there. And then this, what did I cut this down to? Oh, where's the rest of my card? What did I do with it? Here it is, card base. So this, I believe I cut it down to, I'm going to leave this blank because I can use that on something else. But, excuse me. Oh, I got to get a drink. This, I believe, is cut down to 4. No, it's not. Oh, this is cut down to 4 1/8. 4 1/8 and 5 1 2 3/8 is what this layer is. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I've got my layer right there. Oh, all right, let me get this trash out of the way. We're going to fold this in half again. Like that. We got that. There we go. Then this is going to, and I'm doing this strictly by memory, that's going to layer on top of that where it gives just that little bit of layer, but we're going to turn this. This is going to be landscaped. We're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this down to where this is a layer, like so. So we're going to glue this down. Just like so. And then we're going to, I think I'm going to pop this up. So we're going to pop this up. Like I said, this is, I'm using the dimensionals that came in the kit. It's all right. All right. I forgot what I was saying. All right. Then this, well, we got to glue this down too. Forgot to do that. I forget. You know, my family sometimes gets a little worried that I forget a lot. I told them it's just because I have too much going on at one time. All right. We're going to do just like that. And that looks pretty good to me. All right. That's down. Then we're going to pop this up. And we're going to put this right across the center from edge to edge. Just like so. All right. I think that's straight. Nope, it's not. I tell you, I do nothing straight. It kills me. Oh, okay. And I still don't think I got that straight. No, now it's even worse. Okay, I think that's right. That's close enough. All right, so then I have my scrap and I have my butterfly, and I'm going to bring in my basic gray. And we're just going to ink us up a butterfly, and then all you do is you take your die and you run it through your cutting machine, and you have, voila, you have your butterfly. Then I'm using one of the labels that's from the kit, and that's going to go right here like so, and this butterfly is going to go just like that. And that's all there is to this. I didn't decide what I wanted to stamp on this. It might have been this one. I might have used one of the sentiments that came in the kit, but I don't know, because I don't have one sitting out. I might have cleaned it and put it away, the one that I wanted to use, because I wanted something that was a little bit shorter. Yes, I did. I wanted to say have a blessed day. So, and it is out. Uh-oh. Right here. It's right here. It's already blocked. Oh, that scared me. And we're going to use basic gray. So we're going to just ink that up. We're going to put this over to the right because we want room for our butterfly. There we go. Isn't that pretty? This kit is so pretty. It's not even hard to do alternatives for this kit. And then we're just gonna lay that down like, uh-oh. How did I want this to go? Just like that. That's how I wanted it to go. Just like that. Just like that. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm not going to pop them up because this is popped up. So I'm going to, it would look beautiful popped up, but the mail lately just kind of gives me a hard time if things are popped up too much. So I try not to pop too much up, even though I love to pop things up, but because I think it makes it look fancier. And we're going to just do just like this. And there we go. And then there's that card. Then you just take your piece, the other part of your envelope, and you can just put this down in the center, just like so. I'm not going to glue this down because just in case I mess up when I stamp my sentiment. So you can put a sentiment in here. I'm sure there's one that goes with have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. You know what? That might have been intended for the inside, but I used it on the outside and I think it goes just fine. But you got a happy birthday. May all your wishes come true. You could even do have a blessed day, happy birthday. You could do that. Anything you wanted to do, you could do. Then you could stamp your butterflies. You can even use the little butterflies that come, because there is another butterfly. It's this one that looks like that. Let me put that down like that. So you could even stamp that on here, like however you wanted to do it. So like that. Like that. Well, I'd probably put it on this up here, probably. Or I'd probably put it by my sentiment. That's what I would do. Put that one right by my sentiment. So wherever my sentiment is, this is where that would go next to. Kind of like it was landing on my sentiment. Probably would be exactly how I'll do that. Okay, so that is that. One more, guys, and that's it. Last but not least, all right, I'm going to take some of these. I used one of the dies that came in this kit that is really for it's either May or June's paper pumpkin kit, and it cuts out the word thanks. And I used that for this one. So this add-on is for April, May, and June's kit. So it'll coordinate beautifully for that. So here again, This comes in the kit, but those are not die cut it out, but I used that little fancy little die and I cut those out. So isn't it's just so cool. And then we've got our card base here, which is an extra piece of the envelope that I used on one of the envelopes that I cut. That is going to layer on top of that. And then we've got our card base here, Lost Lagoon. I've already folded it in half. That's going to layer right on top of there, like so. So isn't that already just beautiful? Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we are going to layer this piece on here. So I'm going to take my glue. If you wanted to pop this up, you can certainly do so. And that would be really pretty too. I wanted to do a fun fold, but I just didn't get it done. And I really wanted to get this video out. All right, so then we're gonna take this. I don't think I'm getting ahead of myself, am I? No. All right. I'm saying no, but I don't have a sample of this one. This one, I just cut the pieces and kind of played with it and said, yep, that's what we're going to do. Made it easy on myself. All right, so we're going to pop these guys back up. So we might have to take our little, well, I'm throwing things. Take this. Take that, that. And that is so pretty. Oh, all right. So that's an extra base we do not need. So where is my thanks? My thanks is right here. So that I use the gold, not the gold, but the champagne foils that come in. You get three little squares. And I used that in that. I don't think I have any more because I've used them to cut strips. And to cut, I think I played with it with a butterfly that I was going to use and didn't use. But here's a piece that's left right here. So you could even die cut your butterflies out of this too, and it would be very beautiful. But you wouldn't be able to get very many out of that. But I just did that. I took dimensionals, the sides of my dimensionals, or if you have the strips, you can cut the strips into thin pieces, and we're going to pop this up. I've already did that to save a little time because we are at 52 minutes. Thank you so much if you're still hanging with me. I so very much appreciate it. I hope that you give this video a thumbs up, that you share it. And please, I'd love to hear your comments if you like these cards, if you're going to give them a try. And I got this crooked, and I did not want to do this one crooked. And this die is a little bit delicate, especially where the K is. So we're going to try to get that on there the best that I can. All right, there we go. So now we have thanks. Isn't that so pretty? Now, if you want to decorate this up some more, you could stamp some splatters back there. And if you do have the embossing powders, the golds, you could emboss your splatters too, and that would be really pretty. It would look a lot like this does. So we can take some of these pink ones. We can put a pink one right there so that we have 3 butterflies. We could also add some embellishments. We could use these really pretty ones right here. I think I'll use these. I love them when they're like this because I really think it doesn't matter what color they are, because I really, really think that they transform colors. So let's see here. I'm going to do one here, and I'm going to do one here, and then I'm going to do, come on, pick up. I'm going to do one right there. All right, and then I can pop this butterfly up too. So I am going to use a mini dimensional on the back of this. If you don't have mini dimensionals, you can cut your dimensionals down to where they'll fit on there. And I am done with this card. And there we go. Just like so. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. So pretty. Okay, then the inside of the card again, just like so. And you can stamp your butterflies in here, which again, I think I'll use the little winged up butterfly and stamp my sentiment and put that on the, like it's landing on it. So that's that. So let's bring these cards back in again. Let's clear off some space. We've got that one and this one, and that's 3. We're missing 2. Where are they? Here we go. We've got this one, and we've got this one. So I hope that you comment in the comments and let me know which one is your favorite. So if you're watching on YouTube, please comment. If you're watching on the recording on Facebook, please let me know which one is your favorite. And I hope that you give these a try if you're a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin. If you are not a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, I'd really love for you to subscribe under me. And make sure you get May's Paper Pumpkin because it's going to be Father's Day cards. They're going to be geared masculine. So that's going to be a fun alternative because they don't have to be all Father's Day cards. And they're probably not because, oh, I doubt they are. But I never know. You never know. They give us hints, and it's a surprise. Comes monthly. It is a prepaid subscription. So I will put the link in the description if you're interested and jump aboard. And let's see what else. I know there was something else I wanted to say, but thank you so much again for taking the time out and watching this video and with my Paper Pumpkin alternatives. And I really do hope that you like them because you can make a lot by cutting this paper down and adding your own card bases and getting an extra pack of envelopes and adding some ribbon and some embellishments, and you can really stretch the kit out immensely. So again, thank you very much. Until the next time, toodly-doo.